What's going on, my friends? Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. My name's Dave Sharpe, if you don't know me. And I have a guest today, and his name is Paul Griffith. And he has well, first and foremost, he's an incredible marketer. He also has a secret micro webinar strategy. He's talked to us about it before. Now, when I hear that somebody is still using a strategy, what that tells me is, wait for it, it's working. It's working. Okay. It's working. All right. I got a smile out of Paul there. What's going on, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. I'm excited about this. How are you doing?
It's good to talk to you again. I'm great. I am feeling it's all good. It's all good. Okay, we're doing our thing. We're dumping computers, webcams. It's all good.
Life happens,
right? So listen, is that the truth or what, man? When you see an ad that's been running month after month or year after year, there's one thing that you can know for sure is that ad is working for that person, whoever's running that ad.
100%.
So as much as you as the whoever TV watcher or radio listener or Facebook scroller, you may say, "Oh, I've seen that ad millions of times." And let's just say that you're a marketer and you're saying, "Oh, I've seen." Instead, I don't know if I got them nearby. Of course I got them nearby. I always got them nearby. If I put on my marketing shades, right? If I put what I can instead say to myself is, that bad boy must be working. There's something that I can learn. And I can remember when I had you on the show, what was it, a year ago? Seems like.
I got on the show pretty quick after, getting into learning what I've learned. It probably was about a year ago. Yeah. Almost a year ago. Yeah.
And you're still kind of perfecting and running a lot of the same things that you did back then?
Continuously learning, but I'm doing the exact same method that I was using. And it was less than a year because I think I learned from you guys and came on like around January. So it's been less than a year for sure.
All right. So we're going to be talking about that micro webinar strategy. We're going to be talking about what you've been doing, and you're going to be teaching our audience the nutshell version of kind of how they can use it too. And of course, we'll give them your links and they can go check you out as well. But for those who don't know who you are, Paul, take people back just a little bit and give them that snapshot as to how you got started, found Legendary back in January of this year.
So I'm a regular guy. I worked a management job at one of the largest retailers in the U.S., largest retailers in the world. And I ended up quitting my job. I started a digital marketing agency. I was doing drop shipping. I was doing all of these things like we all have tried if we're entrepreneur minded or if we want to get out of the rat race. We've all dabbled in a lot of different things. And honestly, I seen Legendary and probably years ago. Honestly, I've seen you. I've been in the ClickFunnels community. I've seen a lot of different things, and I never took action. And then over the pandemic, my digital marketing agency, advertising for brick and mortar locations, obviously those doors closed. So I pivoted to affiliate marketing. As we all know, everything's digital. The e-learning space is huge. And I wanted to get into Legendary a year ago. And I started learning from the community. I started learning and then I found my way, which was educating people through what I call a micro webinar. And I do that through a live training on TikTok, as we are all having a lot of success on that platform.
Yeah. So what has this transformation, life change? I mean, what is different about your life now than back right before you kind of got started, lost your job or your agency, all those businesses went down in your agency. I would assume there was a bit of panic and scrambling there. Anyways, take us through just how is your life now? How has it changed compared to that time?
I think that a lot of people, when they get started, they are looking for income, right? And I was looking for freedom. So when I started, I actually quit my job before I found Legendary. And I was just doing odd end stuff to make a living, but I enjoyed the freedom so much. And then I got into my agency and it was going okay, but it was a roller coaster, it wasn't consistent. Then when I found the training, I went through training. I I took off. I won't say any numbers, but I'm doing really, really well. I'm able to take that money, invest in other things, and really put it back into my business. And I think that with the training, and now that I have all this freedom, I can not only help my mom, my family around, and do the things that I want to do as far as traveling. And it's all because of the training that I went through here. So what I like to say is being consistent in doing what I actually do every day, as educating people through micro webinars, have allowed me to get a know, like, and trust, where people are inboxing me and contacting me on levels, even if they don't actually convert into actual commissions or anything. I feel like I have impact over people, what I do, than anything I've ever done before. And it's because I'm really out there educating and trying to change people's lives. So the impact right now for me is much more important from the income, because I didn't start this for money in the first place. I started it for freedom. So now that I get to connect people on that level, I have a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah, that's great. Do you find affiliate marketing to be less stressful than the agency work you were doing before?
Absolutely. So agency work, you have to understand, working with businesses and clients, they're busy working in their business. So they have this idea of what they think they need to happen and what they want to happen. And then us as marketers go out there and try to do what we think will work in the business and actually get them their results. So it's always a conflict to try to not only get results, do what they ask you to do. And sometimes you lose clients that way, because if it doesn't work, you're not going to keep that client. But if you don't do what they tell you to do, it's going to be friction at the beginning of your interaction. So it's a real struggle with affiliate marketing. Low barrier to entry, no products, no services. I can go out there and promote things that I know that's converting, that people are having success with. And without this education, it wouldn't have been possible. So I absolutely love the fact that I'm here, and I'm on here for less than a year, and it's absolutely amazing for the results that I got. So
Yeah.
I'm just grateful. I'm grateful as ever.
I think one of the things that people, when they get into these social media marketing agencies, which kind of was a big thing. I remember when Ty Lopez was pushing that,
For
and
sure.
now I made a post in our Facebook group about Black Friday and how we don't discount our products here at Legendary, and that $2,000 course that he was selling, and I'm not mad at Ty. I think he's a stud. He's a hustler. He's a great entrepreneur. He's doing some big things. But that social media marketing agency course, and what's also ironic is he was making his money selling a course. Keep that in mind. Don't watch what people say, or don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Paul, are you still with us? Matt, if you can have him leave and then come back in. Yeah. So check this out. I don't want to lose my train of thought, and we'll try to get Paul back in. I was talking about Ty, and a couple of years ago, he was selling a social media marketing course. Well, that's been recently discounted. Now he's selling it for, a couple of $100. But what happened was, because he had such a big reach, we had all these people now starting social media marketing agencies. And the problem is that they went from wanting to quit their job to then now they're going out there, and if they were able to close clients, say it was a local business, now you don't just have one boss at your job, but you have to remember, when you're getting clients, now you have multiple bosses, okay, from all of those different clients, right? Okay, looks like we got Paul back. Paul, what I was saying was basically was that what I think a lot of people don't realize with agency work, like marketing agency, which is fine. I know a lot of people who use these skills to go out and run Facebook ads for people, or do copywriting for people, and become a XYZ consultant or paid ads expert or copywriting expert. The problem, though, is you have to realize that, say you have a job and you want to quit it. At that job, you have one boss. Well, for each one of those clients, they're a boss. So if you have 10 clients, you have 10 bosses, right? And, sure, you can still have boundaries. But sometimes managing both this marketing and sales of getting that client, but then also the delivery on the back end, is too much for a brand new person. So a lot of these business models where they're like newbie friendly are not really newbie friendly. And the reason why selling other people's products as an affiliate is the most newbie friendly business models, because you're only needing to focus on one thing, which is selling other people's products, doing the marketing. You don't have to worry about the product. And it's not, although I'm not dissing network marketing. It isn't network marketing, right? It isn't, we're going out and recruiting friends and family, pushing lotions, potions, or pills, or whatever kind of products that company offers. We're a freelance affiliate, so we get to market and promote multiple different products. And again, we're not even worrying about the merchant processing or the customer service, which those two things alone are massive, only the marketing. And so that leads us into your strategy, which is this micro webinar. So talk to us a little bit about how you discovered this.
So if anybody is in the course creation, the e-learning space, we understand that one of the most successful ways to promote something is through a webinar. But a lot of low-end offers that you have, it's kind of not, I would say, worth it, if you will. But I go live. A few years ago, people were like, if you're a marketer, if you're this, that, and other, go live on Facebook once a day. And they're saying this because we have the reach. And for me on TikTok, when I go live, I do a presentation and it's clunky. It's literally me turning around my camera, showing different levels of how to introduce people into this space. And there's a lot of people out there that use hashtags and different things about affiliate marketing when they get into this space. I show the process of whatever product, whatever service that I am looking at. I show the process and let people understand what it is. And then I bridge that gap from them being successful by letting them know how to learn. So I don't say anything about my product or service until the end of my presentation, because I believe that if people are staying on there as long as my presentation goes, they're probably interested in learning more. And then that is when I let them know, hey, this is how you want to get into this space if you want to learn more, or this is the product that can solve this problem for you.
Or the training that can solve the problem, or
absolutely. So when people get in that space, the micro webinar is me literally teaching them, showing them what they're going to be doing or how to learn or go through a training. And I pull up different tabs on the computer. I show them what the beginning of it is, getting in space, how to find traffic, how to leverage other people's videos and things like that, how to learn how to connect with people to get them to like, know you, and trust you. And then I actually point them to whatever program. And at that point, people are usually begging for me. Like I've had days where without high tickets, I'm doing very high numbers because the amount of people through live. And the micro webinar is working for me 100%. So I've been doing some presentations on my own to show people how to do it. And people have been inviting me in other groups and asking me to do things. And for me, it's mind blowing because at this point, it is literally me going out there to try to teach. I'm not very technical, as you guys can see. I lost internet service or whatever it is. I don't think that I'm
dumped your webcam at the beginning. Had a hard time getting on the damn live. We were wondering if Paul was even going to come, because then he come on. And he's like, technical difficult. But you're just like me, dude. I can hardly set up my iCloud and get them all connected and stuff. And I don't know if I set up a new phone, if I'm going to lose all my pictures. I don't really still understand all that stuff yet. I mean, they made a lot of these simple things when you get a new iPhone where you just hold it over and it just talks to the other phone for people like me. And I think people really think that I'm a technical genius. They think that I'm this coding guru. And the truth is, I log into Aweber or ClickFunnels and I get a headache too. I mean, it's not like I love doing that stuff. I just set it up once, test it, make sure it works, and then turn to the content creation and the teaching and the value giving and just send people into that funnel. Some will, some won't. Who cares? Who's next?
Yeah. And another thing I tell people, a lot of people in here have different strategies to what they do. My micro webinar has been working for me consistently, and there's up and down months. I lost a family member throughout this time, and I just didn't have the energy to do my method. But I had to remember that staying consistent and really understanding that life will happen. And I have a duty to go out there and do what I love. I wholeheartedly believe that there was a webinar that I probably was on 5-6 years ago. And I was looking at the process and mimicking the movement and understanding what was going on there. And I went through so many different trainings, even if they were webinars where I didn't have the money to actually invest. And when I had the opportunity, I went out there and figured out a way to invest in myself. I went out there to say, hey, it isn't about the money that I'm putting out there. You spend 60, 70, $100,000 in college, and no offense to college, I won't tell anybody not to go to it, but the culture is very, very odd how we are willing to go straight out of high school, wet behind the ears, not knowing what we're doing. The bank's handing us thousands and thousands of dollars for something that is not guaranteed, especially if you're not going into medical. I'm not trying to preach here, but if you're not going into all of this stuff, but yet and still, some people are very afraid to invest in themselves in a non-traditional education. It blows my mind. So when I go out there, sometimes I'm not even talking about the actual the program that I'm promoting. I'm talking about what got me to take that decision. And if people know anything about sales or anything like that, we move on emotion. And when I can connect with people on what kind of emotion that they have because they felt like me when I took that, I think a lot of people get into it with a more emotional standpoint, which for me is going to keep you going longer than a logical. There's many different things out there to sound logical to do, but when you move that logical understanding with emotion, people get fired up and they get ready to go. So those are one of my things that during my live webinar is after all the logic is done and the training is here and all that, I let them know my purpose, my why, what got me into this, and it moves them in a way to really take action. So that would be one of the biggest tips for me is don't be extremely logical when you're going into things. People don't buy off logical. They move to emotions. And if you can just connect on a level and stop trying to necessarily make it seem like everything is sweet, everything is amazing. I believe if people tell their genuine story, if people really connect with people, you'll be surprised how many people were in places just like you, and now they're getting fired up because they feel that they can have the success or the freedom that you've got with the same process. If that makes sense. Hopefully that wasn't too much.
No, it was not too much at all. And as a matter of fact, there's several things that I want to work off what you just said. First and foremost, what you were just talking about was, non-traditional education. Now, I did an interview that went live on Thanksgiving with Dana here. I don't know if anybody who's listening in on today saw this interview with Dana, but she's an education administrator in Massachusetts. And, quite frankly, if you can't take it from her, who can you take it from, right? This is somebody who runs and designs public education programs in here, although she is doing her best to be of service to the public in a great citizen and is obviously passionate about education. She's also what is she doing in her other time, in her personal time? Well, she's using non-traditional education, which was she went through her 15-day challenge. Now she's turning around and she's doing affiliate marketing in moving towards, selling information in non-traditional ways. The other thing that I brought up on that particular interview with her was this graphic from Eugene Schwartz, which is the 5 levels of customer awareness. And basically it's kind of people who are totally unaware of even what the hell you're talking about to people who are aware of the specific, say, course, product, or company that you might be promoting. Okay. And so everybody falls into one of these categories. What I'm hearing from you is that you're talking mostly, not even like to people who are most aware, but what you're doing on these webinars is you're just talking to people who are unaware that what you're talking about that what you're eventually going to promote to them may even exist. And the only thing that they may be aware of is that they have like stress and pain around their job or what they're doing or the amount of money that they have saved or how much, they have saved up for retirement. and you're also talking about sort of the traditional system of education and so forth.
Yes.
You're not always getting into the technical details of software, et cetera, et cetera. Because after all, and you tell me, Paul, you've been doing these micro webinars on TikTok now for a year. Mm-hmm. the majority of the people that you're running into somewhat unaware or simply problem aware, meaning that they just want a solution to their problem, but they're not even really clear about what the problem is and that other solutions are available. Like, for example, they may not even know what affiliate marketing is.
I'll tell you what, I would almost say 95% of my followers have no clue what affiliate marketing is. I think people, obviously, you have, the fitness industry, relationships, health, wealth, and you have things that are generally the population want to improve on. You want to improve on your finances, you want to improve on your relationships, you want to improve on your health. So for me, when I go live, the one thing that I always establish before I do anything is let them know who I am, what I've done, where I am now in freedom, and how I did it. And I'm going to show you how I was able to escape the 9-to-5, learn a new skill set through non-traditional education. And the thing that I ask right after that is to engage where my audience is coming from. Have you ever heard of drop shipping? Have you ever heard of affiliate marketing? Have you ever heard? And almost all the time, 90% of them have never heard of affiliate marketing. So I'm like, well, let me show you how without a product or service, blah, 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 you can actually leverage big companies like Amazon, Target, Walmart. I go and pull up tabs of all these programs so I can validate that this is something that it's real. Because these people come in and they're telling me, oh, this might be a scam. This is multi-level marketing. I'm like, stick around, guys. And I promise you'll be grateful after this presentation. I have nothing to pitch to you guys unless you want to learn more. And from there, everyone's relaxed. Their guard is down. I can get into the presentation. And
by the way, at the end of this like live session, because we don't even use what I want people to realize is that people who are listening on your lives don't even know the jargon. Probably if you say webinar, they wouldn't even know what you're talking about. Nope. And so, just saying, and what I love about affiliate marketing is also the ability to say, and hey, when we're done today, there's nothing for sale. I personally have nothing to sell you. I'll point you to some different places that you can go and potentially take a course, but I personally have nothing to sell you. So now you're like, all the pressure is off of you. And I think for those who feel awkward about being salesy, it doesn't get any easier than that.
People are begging me at the end of my webinars, how'd you learn? How'd you learn? Let me learn. And I'll be honest, I have a unique following. My following in the algorithm on TikTok is very, very unique. And I think I have like 66% women. And when I talk to my peers and other people, that percentage.
Are you taking? I'm just trying to.
It's hilarious how much interesting. And I think I said this on the first time we met, but at one point it was like almost 70%. And I'm like, I'm not that handsome. I'm definitely not. Like, you know what I mean? It was just strange.
Come on now, give yourself a little bit more credit now. I mean, you ain't bad. Now, I'm not into guys, but I tell you ain't ugly.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. So I had to pivot my jargon and the way I talk to people on some things. And I even made content. Believe it or not, Dave, I have not made a video on TikTok in probably 10 days. I don't have to, because I understand that the algorithm and how my live webinars gain me 300 to 500 to 700 followers every single day, the way I structure it. And this is what people don't understand about the algorithm when you go live. Your live is going to go out to different people. There's no hashtags. It's going to go out to people that are most likely to stay on lives. So for me, 90% of them don't know nothing about affiliate marketing. So at the beginning, I make sure I get them to engage. Hey, tap that screen. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I was able to do X, Y, Z in amount of time. And I'm going to do this for free to show you guys, because I want to be liked. I want to be known. I want to be trusted. I literally say that. I want to program it into their head that that's my goal at the end of the day, is for you guys to help me build my personal brand. So one day I can hop on stage and I can motivate, I can inspire, I can teach people how to become free, because the world is going digital.
Yeah.
And right now we're in a weird space. So it motivates people to do all the things that I want them to do. Let me know where they're from. Let me know if they're not. And all that engagement in those comments. The other day I had 1,000 people on my live and I didn't make a video for 7 days. 1,000 people.
That's
And
insanity. Do you
you
know
guys
how
might know,
hard it is to get 1,000 people like on a Zoom or a GoToWebinar? It is
impossible.
insane. Yeah, I mean, I know people who are doing paid ads who are paying $3, $4, $5 per registrant.
That's low. That's low, Dave. That's low.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I
That's
mean, we're talking
$25, $30, $15 if you're good to get registrants on there. And you have to
right.
be selling a course that's going to cover that cost after. Trust me, it is very difficult. And and the fact that I can get people on there at the end of my lives, I usually have about 100 people on there. And that's okay with me because
Right.
150, 20 people listening to me, if I was in a room somewhere and there was that many people, I probably would be like, holy shoot, these people want to hear me speak about stuff. And I am not the brightest person, guys. I hate to say this, but I read at like a 4th, 5th grade reading level in my senior year in high school. I also graduated all academic. So put things in perspective. I'm not going to let my little things cause me to be a failure or fail at things. I'm going to figure out a solution and go forward. And for me, the freedom is so important that I've figured out a way to make this work for me. And I don't know how long maybe TikTok will be this great as ads get on a platform. I tell everybody right now, it is a great time to get on here and start pivoting people from TikTok, from Instagram onto YouTube or whatever you guys want to do. This is the time to be alive. Like, what a time to be alive
onto
right
your
now.
email list. I mean,
Yeah,
onto your email list, into your Facebook group.
mm-hmm.
I mean, as many places as you can get them and sort of have them so you
Ownership.
can connect. Yeah. You're obviously not going to own your Facebook group or your TikTok profile, but get them on that email list. Get them on a community text message list. I mean, there's so many different ways, and it's getting cheaper and cheaper to be able to use these tools. I want to go back to just a few details for people who are thinking, how you've given so many great tips about like how to introduce the webinar and sort of kick it off. And we've also gone over the fact that we're not really doing a lot of technical jargon. For example, breaking down landing pages and breaking down autoresponders and all of those different tools. If you wanted to bring out a diagram of how something works, that might be fine. But oftentimes, the more detailed you get into it, the more questions that somebody is going to have, or the more confused they're going to be. If they want to buy the course, for example, our business blueprints, if you invest a significant amount of time and money and say, I really want to do this, we're going to take you and we're going to show you finger by click by step how to set everything up. But up until that point, we here at Legendary, who are converting more, as high as any other offer that's out there online for as long as we've been doing it. We're not converting that high because we get people lost in the weeds. We're converting that high because we are also telling stories and we're helping people to understand the big picture that, look, there is a big shift that's happening right now. It's digital. It's got to do with information, and it's easy and it's simple to get started. And you can start with a really easy business model, and you can even do other things from there, which is where we came up with the core 4 ways of selling information. And just getting people to understand that, pointing out to them, look, watch what people do, not what they say. So let's go to Amazon.com. Let's scroll down to the bottom of the screen. And let's look. By chance, I don't know. Do you think that Amazon, actually, let's type in Amazon affiliate program. Let's just type it in right here. Okay, wait, affiliateprogram.amazon. Hold on a second. So Amazon's affiliate program. Welcome to one of the largest affiliate programs in the world. The Amazon Associates program helps content creators, publishers, and bloggers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, Facebookers, and just human beings with a cell phone be able to monetize their traffic with millions of products and programs available on Amazon. Associates use easy link building tools to direct their audience to their recommendations and earn from qualifying purchase and programs. I challenge each one of you, and I'm just pretending that I was doing a micro webinar. I challenge any one of you to go to any of the large sites anywhere on the internet, scroll down to the bottom of the site. You can even go Command F and you can type in affiliate and you can see, well, look at that, become an affiliate, right?
Easy. So
I found
even
it
right there, before you even click on that link, so right there, one of the things that I do, I go to Amazon, everybody's shopping on Amazon, and I say, hey, look, we're going to scroll to the bottom because you guys are already buying things. You want to do it. I'm going to show you how to get paid. And then I show them that thing that says, make money with us. Of course, you want to make money with the biggest retailer, online retailer in the world. They're begging you guys to make money with them. You can sell your product on here. You can, this is my spiel, if you will. You can sell your product on here. You can develop an app. You can do all that stuff. But if you're anything like me, you don't have a product. You haven't developed an app. You're not a coder. But we can leverage their products by becoming an affiliate for free. I click on that link. I go there. And then what I do is I go to hashtags in TikTok and I show them people that are showing their face and not showing their face, opening up boxes and reviewing products. I do some numbers with them. I get them excited about that. And then from there, I go over there and I say, look, now me personally, I like promoting digital products in the information age. They solve a bigger problem. They really help people, whether it's relationships, whether it's fitness, whether it's how to actually be an affiliate. And I go through that spiel and I show them digital marketplaces. I show them ClickBank. I show them Digistore 24. Then I let them know. I said, I'm giving you guys a lot of fish, but I want to teach you how to fish. So I'm not on here just being that person. When I'm gone, you don't know what to do. This is a digital marketplace for affiliate products. So when you search that in Google, you're going to find more websites like this, and you can do that research. Then I go in there, and even after that, and they're like, well, how will we promote these digital products? I said, you can leverage other people's contents. There's things called stitches, duets. Then I go into products like maybe a keto diet. Especially right now, I'm talking about health and fitness. I ask people on my live, I'm saying, hey, you're going to have a New Year's resolution. What's the number one thing you guys want to solve? Everyone's saying health or make money. Perfect. I show them a health or keto diet program, and I show them exactly how I would leverage existing videos on the internet by using either duets or actually showing, hey, this is a keto friendly cookbook that I use, and here are some of the best recipes that I found on TikTok. And they go straight to that video. I give them the credit and I tell them how to actually start that business. After I get done with this is at that point where people are like, hey, how do I learn how to do this step by step? And I say, well, if you want to learn exactly how I learned, this is the program I got to. And to go back into the point that you were saying about jargon, you'll have one or two people, a few people are like, well, you got to set up an email list. You got to do that. I said, look, if I start talking about all the other small little technical things, I'm going to discourage people and make them feel that they can't get started because of those things. I rather cross those bridges when you get there, because if you start now, then you can pivot and start learning those other things. But if I tell you guys so much really technical stuff that you don't understand, it's going to stop you in your tracks. That is why I'm pointing you to something, a low end offer that you can learn the foundation of this, and you have more education if you happen to want to get into this full time. And when I say that, guard goes down, people convert, and it's exciting for me because I know on the other side of this education what it did for me. And if they work hard, they stay consistent, and they follow this path, detach yourself from the end goal just by the process, anyone can be successful doing this. I want to say that again. Following the process and detaching yourself from the end result in the goal, you will be successful. The issue a lot of people have is they do this consistent work, some people say in 2 weeks they haven't had any conversions, and then they get discouraged and they quit. It might not happen in your first week like other people. It might take a while. You got to get people to know you, like you, and trust you. But the body of work that you do is going to compound, and you're going to get those results. A little long-winded, but I want to make sure people understand that.
Yeah. A lot of gold there. Hard to really add to that. I think one other thing that has been helpful in my webinars is, or whether it be little lives that I've done. And quite frankly, each one of these this morning that I do on Wake Up Legendary is also a kind of a micro webinar, right? What we're doing here is we're educating a lot of the new people who are new to the community, who are kind of scoping us out, just going through the challenge. Why do you think I'm doing these every morning? I mean, do you think I'm doing these because I just, have nothing better to do, or I am getting paid by Sirius Radio? And no, I'm doing these because I want to demonstrate to people who are existing or who are new that we've got a lot of people in our community, and you can get a lot of different perspectives and see a lot of success stories. So that's number one. There's huge social proof. Absolutely. Number two is that each and every morning, I'm having conversations like this, educating folks, not particularly on the mechanics and details of things. That's not what this is, although it's a value-based show, what I'm trying to do is I'm staying more high level, and I'm helping people understand that this is a real business model. And I'm of course pointing a lot of our community to different people in the community to network with and learn from as well. But that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing up graphics and showing little, walkthroughs like we're doing here. These are all micro webinars. And I do them 5 days a week. You know what I mean? Matt does Wednesday. But the point is that along with our other advertising, along with our other things that we're doing here, as well as having affiliates, we're also doing essentially micro webinars by going live. And here's the truth. I don't prepare for these lives in the morning. It's not like there's a big production team that's behind the scenes. I pull up to the table, running over here this morning, just finishing up a yogurt, having a coffee, and I'm going to just kind of go through whatever comes up, whatever questions come up. The point is I'm showing up, and I'm showing people more than anything that what I've done using this business model, what I've done has changed my life. And it's changed the lives of thousands of others. And overall, that's the biggest point that you're trying to make, is that with these micro webinars and also with your content, that what you have is real, and what you have to say and what you can show them and where you can point them can change their life, because it's changed yours and thousands of other people too. That's 100%. The only job. Not to teach the mechanics and get into all of the little details. And the truth about even webinars where you're selling a multi-$1,000 product, when you get into the weeds, you actually hurt the sale, because again, if you teach too much on the webinar, then they're going to go and try to implement what you've taught them versus buy, or you're going to bring up questions and cause confusion and overwhelm. So your best strategy on any webinar, whether it's a live micro webinar like you're doing on TikTok, or if it's what we're doing here, or even if it's a, webinar where you're pitching a multi-$1,000 product, you do not want to get into details, because you will overwhelm people and they will feel like it's too hard. You want to sell the story. You want to sell the testimonials. And more than anything, you want to show them the potential and that it's real. And then say, would you like me to help you get started with this? If so, then let me talk about where we can send you to do that. And that's it.
100%. And I think people overcomplicate it. And there's a lot of people that get in this space and they want to talk about the jargon because they're proud that they know this stuff. And they don't understand that it's really alienating people in their following, because they're watching this stuff. And I see a lot of people, and it all works for everybody differently. Like if you go through all these Wake Up Legendaries and you look at people talk about different strategies. Some are the same. I think that I found out early on that I just like talking to people, and I don't mind going live. It actually strokes my ego to get to talk to people, because the people that I'm talking to that's above me, I'm obviously trying to get there. And then the people that are next to me or want to learn what I've learned, they're really looking up to me. I come on and people are like excited about this. And it really, people are talking about my energy. And I'm like, I'm getting it from you guys. If you guys are not engaging and saying things, it's crazy to me. So for anybody that's going out there and they're proud about what they learn and they want to get into this, leave the technical jargon out here. And I think you're trying to home in with that because the more you sound technical, you're going to get people to say, hey, this is too much for me. I don't understand how to make a website. I don't understand how to do this. And some people don't even know what funnel builders are. And you guys are talking about, there's like, oh, do I need a website? No, you don't need a website. We're going to get a funnel builder and you're going to have this. And they're like, what the heck is a funnel? What is a builder? Yes, that might be easier than somebody building a website from code, but they don't even understand what that is. So that's one of the conversations that I have when I'm live on people. I'm like, anybody come in and they start talking about technical stuff because they're proud what they've learned. I'm like, you're just confusing people at this point. Let me show you how simple this can be through TikTok. And when I show those pages and I show everybody how they can leverage other content and mimic, not necessarily copy at all, but model other people's success, they get excited about it because that's one-to-one, that is, I'm going to do this and I'm going to promote this. And this is how I'm going to get the eyeballs on that offer, and it converts. So yeah, don't overcomplicate this. It is not that complicated. And you guys, at the end of the day, you're learning marketing skills. So you can go out there and one day you might start your own product or service. And I think affiliate marketing, I can do this for the rest of my life. But you never know what kind of passions you'll find when you start making some really good income and you start doing something on the side. But we know multiple streams fill all our dreams. So I think it's really important to go out there and start doing affiliate marketing. I love it. I'm so grateful, honestly.
Multiple streams. What was that?
It takes multiple streams to fulfill the dreams, right? You have to have multiple different income streams to get what you want in life. And I think that's very important. So a lot of people, they get into affiliate marketing, I think that's just the only thing they can do. I'm starting a brand right now that is a clothing brand, an apparel brand, and I am sourcing trash from the ocean, weaving it into apparel. And this is not like a slanglish plug because I don't have a website or anything up, but I'm sourcing trash and trying to make a sustainable clothing brand by reducing the energy and the consumption of water for my clothing. And I'm real passionate about cleaning up the ocean. I know if we lose the ocean, that we lose our life. And a lot of people are not paying attention to this. And I think it's a great time to get into this because of the awareness. And I'm able to take my profits from my affiliate marketing business to dump in this. And I would not have been able to do that if it wasn't for affiliate marketing. So I get to follow my true passion because I'm making income from this. And I believe I'm going to manifest $100 million apparel brand through this actual, and it's all because of Legendary's education and what I can do in here as an affiliate marketer, changing other people's lives and creating some really good income in the process. So
I am right behind you, supporting that vision every step of the way, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Like, this is why I'm here, is because I have, I hear dreams and visions like what you just shared, and I want to try to help make that become a reality. Like that's how I fill my heart and where I get my joy, is from
doing it for me 100%. You are 100%. It's like every time I wanted to invest in this, it's like life happens and other things. And when you have just one job and an income, that job, that 9 to 5, pay all your bills, do whatever it is. Your side business, start thinking about, wealth. Like some people get into this and they're thinking get rich quick. One of the things that I love, I think it's like day 4 or day 5, and it talks about how to master the inner games of wealth. And I have the secrets of the millionaire mind. And it was on my desk the first time I went through the training. And I'm like, this is a sign for me, because this is what I understand, the elusive but also attainable generational wealth. And when you can create that income and you can start looking at things like, I don't want a Lamborghini. I mean, it'd be nice, but I don't care about that stuff as much as the next person. But I do want to create products and services that impact the world in a positive way. And I think this program literally does that. And it's also positioning to me to do what I want to do on the back end because I'm doing well at affiliate marketing. So, yeah.
Well, gosh, I love that you love the ocean. I mean, I'm right now in the process of shopping and trying to like pick out a boat that I like. Just
Yeah.
a fishing boat, like nothing crazy, not a big
Mhm.
yacht. I'm also not a like I'd rather rent somebody's yacht if I'm going to go out on a yacht. I don't want that kind of
Absolutely.
maintenance. You know what I mean? I don't, I want to control things. I don't want to own everything. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
kind of
for sure.
more of that sort of wealth builder is I don't need lots of maintenance on a bunch of things. I'd rather invest and set, yeah, like you said, generational wealth and just be smart with my money, teach my kids good values and stuff like that. But I am shopping for a fishing boat because now that
Nice.
I've got my kids kind of to a place to where in this business to a place to where I have a little bit of time to be able to go back out and get into the ocean. It's one of my favorite places to be. And I love that we share that,
Yeah.
that love for the ocean.
For sure. I grew up in Michigan, so Lake Michigan was like the ocean for me. If you've ever been to Lake Michigan, or if you haven't been there, Dave, you have to go in the summers. The most beautiful thing, whether you're going up to Petoskey, Charlevoix, Traverse City, or you're
Mm.
just going to like Grand Haven, but you can see 15 feet, 20 feet clear through this lake up
Oh,
north,
wow.
and
Wow.
it will amaze you if you start looking into it. I think it's rated like the third best beach, Lake Michigan, upper North Michigan, northern Michigan, the third beach in the world. So yeah, that's my TikTok right there. You can go follow me. Like I said, my content is interesting compared to the other affiliate marketers that you might see. But I try to do a really good job with connecting through my lives. So like I said, I haven't posted a video in probably 10 days or something like that. But I go live almost every day connecting with my people. So
It's kind
yeah.
of fascinating to think that in Matt sent an email out because on Thanksgiving that episode with Dana, the educator,
Mhm.
the administrative educator from Massachusetts, we pre-recorded that, and then we hit live on Thanksgiving, and it was live,
Yeah,
so it looked live,
for
right?
sure.
Because you can do that on StreamYard here on Facebook. And Matt wrote an email this weekend, really powerful email that we send out because we send out the replays of all these every week to our entire community. And he was talking about just the power of, in that case, I spent the day before Thanksgiving an extra half hour doing that interview, and people were watching it live as if it was live. And I don't know who knows what I was doing, right? But I
Right.
wasn't live. And just to think for you in this business, not to say that you're not doing other things, I don't know, but you could be doing other things after you go live for your 30 or 45 minutes
Yeah.
during the day or an hour, whatever it is. And you say you haven't made a video on TikTok for 10 days. I mean,
Mhm.
if you wanted to, and it sounded like you had some healing and grieving you needed to do this
Yep.
year also. I love that this business model allows you that sort of time freedom when you set up a
Yes.
system like you've developed to be able to not just ignore the business because this
Mhm.
isn't a unicorn,
Automate.
this isn't,
Automate.
but automate. Yeah.
Automate. So it's interesting that you say that. I told myself, and a lot of people try to do things really advanced. I told myself, if I can make $100,000 in a year, then I'm going to take that process that I prove that is successful to run some type of ads and make this where it's even more automated so I can focus on my apparel brand. And I'm going to do that. I literally told myself I was not going to open up any of my awards or plaques or anything that I got during this process until I literally have them in the boxes behind me. Still, like I don't care about them as much. I love them and I'm proud of them, but I don't want to have my brain think I accomplished something. You're
Hmm.
still working, bro. Like still working. Like I mean, literally those boxes are right there behind me.
Hmm.
Both of them. So for me, those accomplishments are great, but I got a lot of work to do and I'm learning and I'm still getting into really understanding what it is to build something big. I am fascinated by what you accomplished, honestly. And every time I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at things. I'm like, how did people do this, and how is this working? And I'm really really excited about the future. And I can't explain how grateful I am that I went through this program. And if people are on the fence and they're watching this video, stop it. You spend so much a year. You went through education. The reason that you're on here watching this is because you feel either a void or something inside you, or saying like, I want something more. I need to have some type of purpose, and I want to create. And this is one of the best ways you can do it without having to go out there and, I don't know. I've done drop shipping, running ads to horrible products that I spent more than the blueprint has cost me, So like you might spend $1,000 testing a product that doesn't work, and your second and your third and your fourth product, and then you say it doesn't work. It's not that. You might not have found a successful product. But in affiliate marketing, you can find products that are already converting and attach yourself to the process that they already have in place by understanding the marketing aspect of it. So that's how I feel about it, man. I'm grateful, if nothing else. I try to remind myself that every day.
Yeah, well, a good theme coming off of in the holiday season. I do want to let everybody know and also congratulate you for hitting platinum rank, which
Thank
would
you.
put you at that six-figure earning mark
Absolutely.
within a year. And that is not a guarantee of income that anybody else is going to do the same. Although we have many folks who have accomplished that. But I just, as you were talking and you said that I'd like to make $100K in a year, and I know you have other income streams and you're doing other things, but just with us, the income that I know, it just was ironic. I went over and I looked at your back office and you had hit platinum with $100K in earnings on November 3rd.
Thank you, man.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I think that's a good way to end. That's a good note to end on. Is just, we didn't even throw that out there at the beginning.
No.
We're just letting all y'all know that right here, in just right off of the back of him saying he had that goal, and that if I can just earn 100,000, well, I know, because you have multiple streams, that you've surpassed that. You've made that just from the income that I know about. So again, that's no guarantee. Most people who try anything online, who join any gym, who invest and buy courses and start businesses, they all fail, mostly because they quit and don't do anything with it. Maybe they don't feel supported, whatever. But you did it. And we have a lot of people in our community that have done it. And if you want it bad enough, well, I don't think I need to add to anything that you've said, because you've made the point clear. And the truth is that if any of you who are listening who want it, it's here. It's here for the grabbing. And coming up on the beginning of another year, my question to you is how is this year going to be different than all the years before, and how can this be a defining moment in your life? How can this be a fork in the road for you, not to continue to do the same thing expecting a different result, but to make a different decision, a powerful decision, and not a decision that requires a ton of work. We're not talking about going to the gym and working out every day. I know that's everybody's big. I'm talking about sitting your ass down at your desk and just staying there for a while. Until you can give yourself a chance to actually get some results. And then you build on those results, you get excited, then I'm not even talking about, you ain't even got to lift a dumbbell. You know what I mean? And you can eat whatever you want. Eat Five Guys and get fat as you want. I mean, dad bod city, because when you make enough money, then you can take some time off and go to the gym and hire a nutritionist, and you can have you can challenge yourself to losing all that weight that you gained from sitting your ass at the computer. The truth is that I'm not going to say that health and fitness is not a great goal to have. Being healthy is being wealthy. But I'm going to tell you something. Being financially free and getting your time back.
Money is a tool. Money is a tool. If you can leverage it to get your time, it's the one thing that you guys can't get back is your time. So I'm more inclined to tell you guys to get your freedom. And like you said, you are spending 8 to 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day at a job, fulfilling a person's dream who started that business that you're working at. 8 to 10 hours fulfilling their dream. And we get home and we're like, oh, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna do this. I'm literally closing with this. But you should work at least 2 hours a day on your own dream. If you can dedicate 8 to 10 to 12 hours for someone else's dream, just keep that in your mind. You're going to work to fulfill someone else's dream. They started a business and they hired you guys to help them get their next Lamborghini or whatever it is. Go out there and spend 2 hours on your own dream and figure out a way to make this work for yourself, because this is proof. Every single day, you guys go live with people that are successful in it, that have stayed consistent. And these are normal, everyday, average people like myself. So I'm rooting for every single one of you guys watching this video. And I'm grateful for Dave Sharpe and Legendary. I really appreciate you guys, man.
All right, brother. Well, we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you soon. Keep up the great work, and looking forward to talking to you back on the show sooner than another year. We'll have you back hopefully in a couple of months.
Absolutely.
All right, see you, Paul. Take care, brother.
See you guys later.
All right, bye-bye. All right, my friends, you can see his TikTok handle, and you can absolutely make Paul a part of your network and a part of your community, as Paul's a part of our community here at Paul. Live Free Francis. Paul Live Free Francis. Francis spelled Francis. Paul Live Free Francis. The man with a plan, the man this Monday, and the man that you all heard it from the horse's mouth. It is possible. The 1 year transition, doesn't matter where you're at, where you came from, what you did before this, it's possible. We're not here to blow smoke up any asses. We're not here with smoke and mirrors. We're not here with bait and switch. We're not here with, magic, David Copperfield, here today, gone tomorrow, banana in the tailpipe, and all the other tricks and stuff that the gurus and goblins are using out there. I made a post in the Facebook group. It triggered a couple of people about not doing Black Friday. Well, you know what? Ain't gonna be no damn Cyber Monday deals either, because you know what? Why would I want to discount a product that one of our other customers paid full price for? Learn to know your value. This is not retail. We're not selling a t-shirt here. We're selling information that will change your life if you apply it. And we're going to keep talking about it until you believe it. I love you. Get into the blueprints, finish the challenge. And my friends, we'll see you back here for another episode tomorrow. Get out of here. Be legendary.